Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Morgan and welcome to Feel Good Plans. Today I have got a special treat for you. I am going to do some Franken-planning. I am way behind on getting my 2021 planner set up and I really need to dive in and get to work putting it all together. But one thing that I'm really realizing is that there is not one planner that is perfect for me. But one thing that is really great about the Happy Planner is there are so many options between the discs, the covers, the different layouts within the planner. There's a lot of bits and pieces that are perfect, but unfortunately those never really come together and collide, there's never that perfect storm. But there's been a lot of planners released recently that have bits and pieces that really do speak to me, and I'm going to put them together myself. And that is basically the essence of Franken-planning. What I have today are the two planners that are going to be my catch-all planner. The first planner I have is the Recovery Dashboard Planner. And I am going to Franken-plan that with the Define Your Progress planner that was a part of Stephanie Fleming's book release earlier last year. And let me just give you a quick rundown of these planners and what speaks to me and what doesn't. Let's first talk about the Recovery Planner. This one, absolutely stunning. It's the graphics that speak to me here. This whole idea of progress, not perfection. It is such a great reminder. Sorry about the bump. So I will be taking all of the dividers, the cover, a lot of that sort of thing from this planner. Here's what doesn't speak to me. While I do think this is beautiful, I just don't really have a use for it in my life right now. It's a dashboard planner, and that just doesn't really speak to my style. While I could adapt to a dashboard planner, this one really is very different even from your average dashboard planner. There are some Today I Feel little icons here, which I like, but this left-hand side is a little bit too specific. It's not, I kind of need things a bit more vague and high level in order to be able to use them. So there's, some weekly check-in questions like, what is taking space? What's taking up space in my head? Have I been selfish, dishonest, or afraid? What can I do different? Do I need to fix something? Do I owe an apology to anyone? What have I done well? What victories can I celebrate? And how can I help others to be of service? These are very great questions, very awesome things to check in with yourself and ask. This planner is a bit more driven towards someone who is in recovery. Recovery means a lot of different things, and in some ways I am in recovery for some things, but I don't think I'm quite ready to put something like this in my planner lineup. But this planner is absolutely stunning, and these dividers and all of these graphics, just super, super awesome. All right, let's introduce planner number 2. This is, like I said, the planner that accompanied Stephanie Fleming's book release. So right off the bat, while I do think it's lovely, it's just not quite my aesthetic. It's basically just the outside of the planner. I don't do a lot with gold, and these colors just, I would use them in stickers, hands down, and I did get her sticker books, but I just don't think I want it outside my planner. Here is where my little planner heart beats fast, is when we start looking at the actual pages within. So this monthly page, super neutral, super beautiful. It's super customizable. It's awesome. And same with the weekly pages. I am a vertical classic fan, and these are the most neutral pages I think I've ever seen. So what we will be doing is taking the covers and dividers off of the recovery planner, taking the monthly and weekly pages out of the Define Your Progress planner. We are going to be putting everything on these black metal discs that came in the, I think it was called the Bloom Box last summer. And of course, this cannot be possible without my Tombow tape adhesive, because we are going to have to glue a few pages together. Okay, let's get started. The first step in getting this all accomplished, I think it's going to lie in the discs. Like I said, we picked out these black metal discs. I've got 9 of them ready. They're classic medium-sized discs. And then that will just go ahead and move us on to step 2. And step 2 is to add the covers to the discs. I'm going to gently pull these off. Please don't break or bend too much. Sorry if I'm shaking everything. All right, let's set the rest of that aside for just a second. Okay, throughout this setup, I am gonna speed up a few things just to keep things lively. So I will be right back. Okay, we've got our covers attached to our discs. It's still a little floppy, as you can see, but as we start getting pages on here, it is going to start to become a bit more sturdy for us. All right, I'm gonna pull this planner back out, and we're gonna just kind of start deconstructing it. All right, the first few pages that we're dealing with here are the hello, the, my name is kind of page, the perpetual calendars. I am going to take all of that and add that to this planner. Okay. And then, because the cleanest way to get this glued and get it inserted, but to keep both sides of the month looking consistent and basically having the same style, I'm gonna pull the divider and the right side of the month out of each month of this planner. And I'm gonna speed up this step. Okay, friends, we have inserted our monthly dividers as well as our monthly pages. The only thing we have left of this other planner is just the dashboard pages. That's it. This planner is now basically parts. You can still use this. You can repurpose the discs. You can incorporate this if you want to do some just random miscellaneous planning. You can use these on craft paper and change up your layout every couple of months if you want to, but I'm gonna hold on to this for another day. Okay, our next step is to pull out our weekly pages. So I am going to flip this back to January. And we've got a spot for our weekly pages. I'll move that up there. Okay, and looking at this planner, we do not need any of these perpetual calendars or anything like that. We're skipping the divider and we're skipping the right-hand side of the month. However, that is our first weekly page. So we still need to grab the right side of each month and every week page that is after that until you get to the next divider. All right. And let's just clarify here, this style of this monthly page is not quite the same aesthetic as the rest of this planner is, but if you look at this, it's generally pretty neutral. We've got a lot of black and white. The only added color we have is this big ideas here, and I'm totally fine with that. We're not going to do any Franken-planning with this. I am happy with it. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the rest of this. Okay, friends, we are done deconstructing this planner. So all we basically have left, it's just dividers, really. And these could be a good thing to still hold on to. They may make good photo props. They, you could actually trim these up and frame them if you want to. And I may consider that, but for now, I am just gonna put these aside. All right, we are ready for our final step. We have a nearly complete planner here. But what we need to do is we need to deal with this situation about how we have two right sides of each month. The best solution for that is to tape these together. There's a couple of ways that you can go about doing this, and unfortunately, I'm going to choose the harder way to do it. But let me give you the easier tip first. The easier tip is to leave these sheets on the disc, put some glue on the back side of the first page. Since they're on the discs, the pages are already going to be basically lined up. So you would glue it down. Sorry about the bump. You would glue it down, and then you would just press them together and you would have a complete page. Here's the thing about that is I don't trust myself, and I am a little bit too particular about wanting to try to make these line up about as perfectly as possible. And I'm gonna have to pull them off the discs in order to do that. I'm gonna do January for a demonstration. All right, so this is the monthly page that we do want. I am going to get my glue going. You are probably going to see this and go, oh my God, she is using way too much glue. But again, I want this to be right. And I went to Joann last weekend and I stocked up on these tape adhesives. So I am equipped. I'm ready to go, friends. All right. We've got it glued. We've got the monthly page that we don't need. When I line my pages up, I like to actually just use this bottom left-hand corner of the punched side and get those as close to lined up as possible. Because usually if you can get the one little section, the rest of it should work itself out. There we go. We've got a glued page. I'm going to put that back in my planner. Now when you turn the page, it just goes straight in to your first weekly page. All right, friends, I'm done. I can actually get started on 2021, I feel like. All right, I wanted to do just a quick flip through before I send you off, just to see the end product here. So if you remember, we did the black metal discs from the Bloom box from last year. I've got the cover here from the Recovery Dashboard Planner. We've got a hello page, our perpetual calendars, and I took the dividers from the Recovery Planner, as well as the monthly pages, but then glued that to the weekly pages of the Stephanie Fleming's Define Your Progress planner. So we've got the super neutral vertical pages here. They don't change colors every week. They're just nice and pretty, and I can do whatever I want with them. And then we've got the back side, well, actually technically the front side of each month, the monthly page. That is also from the Define Your Progress planner, but it's neutral enough for me. I am happy with it. Since now you have an idea of what each month looks like, I will real quick flip through these monthly dividers because I just think these are stunning. You all need to see these if you haven't already. All right, so we've got February, no one is ever too lost to be saved. March, it's not what happens to me, it's what happens for me. At any given moment, you have the power to say, this is not how my story will end. Simple, just begin, that's it. Difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. Oh, I love this one. Breathe, that's it, just so simple, so pretty. This one matches the cover, just not the foil. Progress, not perfection. Acceptance is the key. Every day may not be good, but there is good in every day. Keep it simple. And then wrapping it up in December with this, remember you once prayed for the things you have now. This one's probably one of my most favorite and speaks to me so much. Okay, so that's the planner. As you see, I had all 12 months in here, but when I actually dive into this and start using it, I will probably limit it to no more than about 4 months in this at one time. If you follow me on Instagram, you might see that I really enjoy doing craft paper weekly spreads, and those can tend to make my planner a little bit fat. I also like to include a few extra note pages in the back, a few reference pages, things like that. That just makes things a lot bigger. So I'm gonna thin this out a little bit, put the remaining I can do math, I swear. Put the remaining 8 months just away for a little bit, change them out as the months pass, and yeah, that's it. This is my 2021 Catchall planner. I am so excited to dive in. If you like what you see, I hope you'll like and subscribe. If you want to connect on Instagram, you can follow me at Feel Good Plans, and I'll see you on the next one, friends.